Will Boruto awaken a White Susanoo? This theory has been gaining a lot of traction in recent months, and some believe that one of the Jogan's power will be precisely a White Susanoo. But does this theory really make sense? In today's video, we will answer that question. A Susanoo for Boruto would grant him immense power, especially being a potent armor strong enough to shield him from threats. With the Mangekyo being a variation of Otsutsuki powers, Boruto's Jogan might grant him a Susanoo, considering that like the Mangekyo Sharingan, the Jogan is a dojutsu. Even though Boruto is already quite powerful, he doesn't yet have any transformation or large-scale power, which makes it difficult to compare him to Sasuke and Naruto, one with the Susanoo and the other with the Kurama mode, both humanoid chakra forms. If Boruto encounters an enemy with a chakra mode, how could he stop this foe? Well, the answer might be a Susanoo, and its color could be white, giving it might be an Otsutsuki power. This Susanoo would be incredibly powerful, perhaps the most potent in history, given that its energy source would be Otsutsuki, as Boruto has Momoshiki's karma. Speaking of which, Momoshiki had a giant humanoid, a stone golem he managed to control and fought against Naruto and Sasuke. So this idea of humanoids' massive powers has been present in Naruto for a long time. We have the Biju, Susanoo, Hashirama's Thousand Hands True Statue, Momoshiki's Golem, and other humanoids. What is a Susanoo, and examples of users? In Naruto and Boruto, a Susanoo is a giant warrior made from the user's chakra that manifests after an Uchiha awakens the Mangekyo Sharingan. The warriors fight for its user and possess some unique powers. For instance, there's Itachi's Susanoo's Totsuka sword and Yata armor, which are two spiritual weapons inherited by the Uchiha. When an Uchiha awakens a Susanoo, it evolves gradually, starting as a skeleton without armor that already offers significant defense. But as the Uchiha's power evolves, the Susanoo begins to take shape, gaining complete armor and subsequently legs. The final stage is when the Susanoo acquires its definitive weapons. These powers tend to vary from one Uchiha to another, but a basic element of all Susanoos is a giant sword. Some Uchihas like Madara have more than one sword, weapons like bows and arrows, mirrors reflecting attacks, or even spiritual abilities are also possibilities among the Uchiha Susanoo. All the powers of Susanoo. Regarding the features of a Susanoo, there are some things to note. The primary characteristics of the Uchiha Susanoo is its incredible resilience. This giant humanoid is renowned worldwide for its absolute defense. Given the Susanoo's vast size, its defensive abilities also have to be formidable. Another characteristic of the Uchiha Susanoo is its devastating attacks. A good example is during Madara's fight against the Five Kage, where merely the pressure from the Uchiha's sword could slice a mountain in half. Moreover, if the Susanoo in question has a special weapon, the damage can be even more significant, like Itachi's Susanoo's Totsuka sword or Kakashi's Susanoo's Kumui Shuriken. Another feature of the Susanoo is that to awaken the perfect Susanoo, a user needs to have high endurance and a vast amount of chakra. In some cases, awakening the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan is also necessary, so the Uchiha doesn't lose their vision due to the wear of the Mangekyo Sharingan. How does an Uchiha awaken a Susanoo? Now let's understand how an Uchiha truly awakens a Susanoo within Naruto and Boruto. The first step is for the Uchiha to awaken the two powers of the Mangekyo Sharingan. It's stated in the series that the Susanoo is the third power obtained by those who awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan. However, it is essential to clarify a few things, because this dojutsu presents some risks. The first one is that excessive use of the Mangekyo Sharingan causes blindness in its user. We've seen this with Itachi and Sasuke, who after using the Mangekyo recklessly, lost the vision in their eyes. The only exception to this rule was Obito Uchiha, who retained his sight thanks to Hashirama's cells that constantly regenerated his body. To prevent this tragic fate, the Uchiha clan tried at all costs to awaken the internal Mangekyo Sharingan to avoid losing their vision. However, this evolution only occurs if the Uchiha receives the Sharingan from a close relative, like Madara, who received his brother Izuni's eyes, and Sasuke, who received Itachi's eyes. Boruto's mysterious Jogan. But now let's discuss Boruto's Jogan, because there's a possibility he might awaken a Susanoo thanks to his dojutsu. Boruto's Jogan first appeared in episode 1 of Boruto. When this happened, we knew nothing about this dojutsu, but as time went on, the Jogan received several mentions. The first ones were from Tonari Otsutsuki, who appeared in Boruto's dream to say that his dojutsu would be the salvation from the impending destruction. This destruction might be the effects of omnipotence, or Kawaki's trajectory in eliminating Boruto and the Otsutsuki. This same dojutsu also received a mention from a Moshiki, who claimed that Boruto inherited the power of the Otsutsuki clan. We don't fully know the real powers of the Jogan yet, but it's already confirmed that this dojutsu has all the basic abilities of the Byakugan, in addition to the capacity to see rifts in space and time, and the ability to travel through dimensions. There's also a theory suggesting that the Jogan will gain a chakra cloak, thanks to a drawing by Kishimoto, where Boruto appears using a chakra cloak, similar to Naruto's old Kurama mode, Boruto's Susanoo. But after all, is there a real possibility for Boruto to awaken a White Susanoo thanks to the Jogan? Well, let's explain this properly. Considering that the Jogan will grant Boruto a chakra cloak, there is indeed a chance that this dojutsu will manifest some kind of spiritual warrior similar to Susanoo. I'm not saying that this warrior will necessarily be a White Susanoo, but maybe some humanoid made of chakra. Naruto's Bijou mode, for example, is basically a Susanoo too. Boruto's Jogan might end up manifesting some giant warrior at some point during the time skip. This wouldn't be absurd, considering that Boruto is the vessel for Momoshiki Otsutsuki, in addition to being the main protagonist of the series. But will this really happen? Unfortunately, it's most likely that it won't. Currently, Boruto is already an absurdly strong character. He has 3 dojutsu, including a Rinnegan and the Jogan itself, whose real power we don't know. Moreover, Otsutsuki abilities combined with Sasuke's training already make Boruto strong enough, the most likely power of the Jogan. But the main reason Boruto won't awaken a White Susanoo is that this ability will receive significant attention with Sarada Uchiha. If Boruto also has a Susanoo, Sarada's powers won't have any relevance, especially since an Otsutsuki Susanoo would probably have an absurd power, perhaps even superior to any Susanoo ever seen. Another point that refutes this theory is that we have no basis to this claim. This idea is more of fan fiction. For a character as strong as Boruto, a Susanoo wouldn't be relevant. The Jogan will certainly gain significant attention at some point, but a Susanoo won't be one of its powers. The most likely ability is a chakra cloak, and some unknown shinjutsu. Sasuke with his Susanoo couldn't stop Ishiki. In fact, he didn't even slow down the Otsutsuki. So a Susanoo for Boruto would be inefficient to fight with the main characters. I don't believe this will happen, but it would be cool to see. Whether Boruto will truly awaken a Susanoo, only time will tell. But I can affirm that the subscribers of this channel will be the first to receive all the news about Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. So, subscribe and turn on notifications. On the screen there are 2 videos. Just click, watch, and enjoy. I guarantee you'll like it.